Heathrow Airport buzzed with business travelers, designer luggage, and overpriced coffee. Clara Weston, in a crisp beige suit and heels that clicked like a clock, scanned her first-class ticket. Another London to New York trip, another deal, another reminder of her flawless schedule. At the gate, a smiling attendant greeted her. "Attendant, seat 3A, ma'am, window." Clara nodded, barely looking up from her phone. Inside the plane, first class glowed with quiet luxury. But as Clara reached her seat, her steps faltered. A shabby-looking man sat beside hers, where seat 3B. His jacket was worn, his jeans faded, and a tattered duffel bag rested at his feet. "Clara, excuse me, there must be a mistake. This is business class." Attendant, "No mistake, Ms. Weston, that's your seatmate." Clara frowned. The man turned slightly, calm eyes meeting hers. "Man, don't worry, love. I'm not contagious." A few passengers chuckled. Clara flushed, murmured something polite, and sat stiffly, turning to the window. When the drinks came, she ordered sparkling water. He asked simply, "Tea, please." Minutes later, turbulence hit. Clara's cup tipped, spilling onto her laptop. She gasped, but the man reacted first, handing over his scarf. "Man, use this. Better my scarf than your computer." Clara, "Thank you," she muttered. "Man used to fix electronics once." Old habits, that surprised her. "You fixed electronics?" "Man, aircraft systems, actually." Before things went south, Clara didn't press. But something about his voice, calm, patient, lingered. When turbulence eased, the man glanced over. "Ben, you're not fond of flying, are you?" "Clara, I just prefer control." He smiled softly. "Then flying's a good teacher," she almost smiled back. But whispers rippled through the cabin. A passenger sneered. "Probably won a charity ticket." The man heard, yet said nothing, just looked out the window, peaceful. Somehow that silence stung Clara more than any reply. Dinner arrived. Clara ate quietly. The man barely touched his food. "Clara, not hungry?" Man, not used to meals like this anymore. Curiosity got the better of her. "Clara, you said you worked on planes. What happened?" He sighed. "Lost my wife. Then my job. Then my home. Grief slow like that. Takes one thing at a time until nothing's left." The words hit her. "Clara, I'm sorry, man. Don't be. I've learned something. When you've got nothing, people stop seeing you. Some look through you, others look down on you. Rarely does anyone just look at you." Clara's throat tightened. "People can be cruel," he nodded. "Including ourselves." They sat in silence. For the first time in years, Clara felt small. Not in money, but in heart. Later, as she drifted towards sleep, she overheard two flight attendants whispering. "Attendant 1, that man, Captain, requested him personally." Attendant 2, "Why?" Attendant 1, "He was a pilot once. Something heroic." Clara's eyes snapped open. A pilot? Moments later, dawn glowed faintly through the window as the captain's voice came over the intercom. "Captain, ladies and gentlemen, we're honored to have Captain James Harrow on board. The man whose quick thinking saved hundreds during an emergency landing 20 years ago. He's the reason I became a pilot." Applause filled the cabin. Clara turned to the man beside her, the homeless passenger, now smiling shyly. "Clara, you're Captain Harrow?" Harrow was just James now. Her cheeks burned. "I'm so sorry for how I acted earlier." Harrow, "You're not the first to judge me, love. You won't be the last." When the plane touched down, Clara's chest ached with something new. Not embarrassment, but shame. At JFK, passengers surrounded Captain Harrow, shaking his hand. He accepted each one with quiet humility. Clara waited until the crowd thinned. "Clara, do you have a place to stay?" Harrow, smiling, "A veteran's shelter. Got mates there?" Clara, "You shouldn't have to. Not someone like you." Harrow, "Someone like me?" He chuckled. "Uniforms fade, Clara. What matters is what's left after they do." She blinked back tears. "At least let me get you a hotel." He shook his head. "You've already done something better." Clara, "What?" Harrow, "You listened." He picked up his duffel bag and left with quiet dignity. That night in her Manhattan hotel, Clara couldn't sleep. City lights shimmered across the skyline. Beautiful, but cold. She thought about the man beside her on that flight. The patience, the loss, the grace. She opened her laptop and began to type. Headline: The Forgotten Hero of Flight 298. The story of Captain James Harrow. The article spread like wildfire. Within days, media outlets picked it up. Donations poured in. The airline offered Harrow a permanent position training new pilots. A week later, Clara received a handwritten letter. Dear Clara, thank you for reminding the world I was still here. But most of all, thank you for seeing me before everyone else did. With gratitude, James Harrow. Tears filled her eyes. That night, she booked another flight. Economy this time. When offered an upgrade, she smiled and declined. As the plane took off, she gazed out the window, calm for the first time in years. Moral: true worth isn't found in wealth or titles. It's revealed through humility, grace, and how we treat those the world overlooks.